Hello friends, how are you? I hope you all are doing great with your studies and obviously, very importantly, with your health. That is the most important thing, right? So, tell me in the comment section that how your studies are going on, how many subjects you have completed, and what are your preparations for your upcoming attempt, right? So, let's continue with our discussion on contract costing, a very important chapter. Contract costing, and in contract costing we have been discussing about the contract account, sir. Yes sir, we were discussing about contract account. Open your books, page 11.6, right? So we have discussed a few parts of the contract account, like we have discussed about material, labor and overheads, right? Then we discussed about the plant and machinery, which was very important. We discussed it in the last lecture. Now coming to almost the last part of contract account, that is work in progress. This is what we are going to discuss in this lecture, right? So in this lecture, what we are going to study is about work in progress. Work in progress, right? This work in progress has two components that we have to study. The first one is work certified. The first component is work certified that we have to study. The second component is work uncertified, right? So these are the two components that we have to study in WIP, and WIP is a part of contract account. So first try to understand, sir, what is a WIP? So first thing is, sir, what is WIP? Let's say our project, our contract started on 1st of April 21, right? It is a contract for 2 years, 1 year, 2 year, right? So the contract here will be 31st of March 22. Obviously, we are going to prepare our books for the financial year. And the second year is 31st of March 23, right? So our project, our contract is going to run for 2 years. It starts on 1st of April 21 and it will end on 31st of March 2023. See, on this date, we are closing our books, right? We are preparing our financial books, closing our year-end books. Now, on this date, can we say that the contract is complete? On 31st of March 22, can we say that our contract is complete? No, sir, because there is still 1 year pending for this contract to be completed. On this date, on this particular date, I can say my contract is in progress. Contract is in progress. Right? That means some part of the work has been done and some part of the work is still to be done in the upcoming financial year, isn't it? So on this date, I will say this is my WIP, that is work in progress. The work has started. Some part of the work is done. Some part of the work is pending as on that particular date. Right, we are talking about the financial year end date because we are going to close our books on this date, right? We will prepare the contract account on this particular date, right? Whenever we are going to close our books, at that point we are going to prepare the contract account. The first thing is clear, that what is work in progress, that my contract is in progress. Some part is complete, some part is pending. So this is WIP. Now, sir, what about this work certified and work uncertified? Sir, what is this work certified and work uncertified? For this, you will have to listen to a very interesting story. Wow, sir, great. See, there are two people, right? Two people here. Now, who are the people, sir? This is your contractor, right? And this is the contractee. Now, what happens? Your project is for 2 years. Okay, listen to it very carefully, right? Each and everything will be crystal clear. Your project starts on 1/4/2021. This project is for 2 years, right? this is 31st of March 22 and this is 31st of March 23. Now what happened, sir? On 31st of December 21. Now we are standing on this date, year end, not the financial year end, just the year end. On 31st of December 2021, what happens? This contractor goes to the contractee. This contractor visits the contractee, right? This contractee is sitting in his office, sipping a cup of coffee, tea, whatever. This contractor goes to the contractee and what he says? He says that, sir, contract is 50% complete from my side, right? 50% complete from my side. Now their contract, if we talk about the contract price, it is for 20 lakhs, right? The contract price is 20 lakhs. Now the contractor goes to the contractee. He says that, sir, the contract is 50% complete from my side. Why is he saying this? Sir, what is the need that contractor has visited the office of contractee and he is saying that contract is 50% complete? Sir, because this contractor needs money. Obviously, he's not going to get the money at the end. He needs money, sir. He has to pay to the labor. He has to pay for the material. He needs some money. So this project which started on 1st of April, we are standing on 31st of December. On this date, the contractor visits the contractee and he says, sir, the contract is 50% complete, right? Second thing he says, kindly make payment of 50%. Kindly make payment of 50%. So what he is demanding, sir? He says that if the contract price is 20 lakh, I have completed 50% of the work. So what you should do is, right? So what is the payment that he is expecting, sir? What is the payment that he is expecting? He says, pay me 50%. 50% of what? 50% of contract price. That is what he has to receive, right? So 50% of 20 lakh, he says, sir, pay me 10 lakh. Any doubts up till this point? The contractor has visited the contractee. He says that the, sir, contract is 50% complete. Kindly make the payment of 50%. Right? What is that 50% he is asking for? Sir, 50% of this contract price. Obviously, this is what he has to get. Now, total amount he has to get is 20 lakhs. He is saying, sir, pay 50%. That means he is asking for 10 lakh rupees. Now, the contractee is a very smart businessman. Right? He is a businessman now. Earlier we took the example that he is into job. Now we say he is a businessman. Right? We have just changed the example. Sir, contractee is a smart businessman. He says that how can I rely on your this presumption that contract is 50% complete? How can I rely on this thing? If you are saying that the contract is 50% complete, but how can you assure me? How can I rely on it? So contractee says that for this to check whether the contract is actually 50% complete, I will hire an expert from outside who will come to the site and check whether what you are saying is correct or not. Whether the contract is actually 50% complete or not. He says, now this is by the, one second. Now this wording, this whole thing is by the contractor. Now let's see what the contractee has to say. This is an interesting conversation between the two people. He says that I will hire an expert. Right? That expert can be an architect. That expert can be a civil engineer. Right? Architect or civil engineer. Right? This expert will visit the site. And he will inspect the site in detail. Right? that whether what you are claiming that 50% contract is complete is actually correct or not. And this person, this expert, will give a certificate that, sir, yes, this much percentage of the work is complete, right? Will get a certification from the expert. So we'll get certification from the expert. Sir, what this certification will tell? This certification will tell that whether this percentage, this 50% that he is claiming is correct or not. So in his certificate, what he will write? He will write the percentage, he will certify the percentage of work completed. The percentage of work completed. So now there is a third party to the contract, right? Till now we were just talking about contractor and the contractee. So guys, now there is a third party, sir. Wow, great, sir. Now there is a third party. This third party, he will call this party. He will call this party. He is what? He is your expert. Now contractee will call the expert. Expert, please visit my site, inspect the site. My contractor is saying that the contract is 50% complete, but I want you to inspect the site, visit the site, inspect it, and give me the certification that whether actually it is 50% complete or not, right? Now this expert will say, okay sir, sure, I will do the job, no problem. He visits the site, right? He inspects the site thoroughly, that whether the contractor who is claiming that 50% contract is complete, whether he is right or not. Now this expert gives the certification. This expert says that, sir, okay, we'll come to this expert. Now the expert says that, sir, this project is only 40% complete, not 50%. There were some discrepancies which I found, and I have communicated that to the contractor, right? So according to me, this project is not 50% complete. This project is only and only 40% complete, right? So according to this expert, if he says that the contract is 40% complete, so can you tell me what is the amount that the contractor can claim? The contractor can claim now 40% of 20 lakh rupees. That is 8 lakh. The contractor can now claim 8 lakh rupees. This certification which the expert is giving, that 40% complete, this is known as work certified, right? So I told you that we are going to study about the work certified. This is the work certified. When you are going to get the certification from the expert as regard to the percentage of the completion, this is known as work certified. Right? Now if I ask you that you want to calculate the amount of work certified, in figures you want to calculate what is the amount that has been certified by the expert, I have already calculated it. He says that, sir, 40% is complete. That means the contractor can claim 40%. That 40% is the work certified. That means this amount, this 8 lakh is my work certified amount. Work certified amount, right? So work certified is what? If you want to write it in the formula way, what is my work certified? This is equal to percentage of work certified, percentage of work certified multiplied by contract price. Because this work certified says that this is the amount that the contractor can claim from the contractee. Amount the contractor can claim. This is the amount that the contractor can claim from contractee. Any doubts up till this point? Are you clear what is work certified, right? So there are now three parties in the contract. One is contractor, the other one is the contractee, and the third entry is of the expert who will come to the site, who will inspect the site, and who will give the certification as to the percentage of completion. The contractor says, sir, according to me 50% is complete, pay me 50%. But expert says, sir, not 50%, only 40% is complete, so payment is to be done accordingly. If you have to make the payment, pay only 40% of what? 40% of obviously the contract price, sir. Right? Now the contractor says, okay sir, agreed. Now the amount certified is, we are going to continue with the example only. This work certified is 8 lakh rupees. Right? Now the contractor goes to the contractee. He says, okay sir, agreed. The expert told me some of the discrepancies that were there in the work. So according to him, 40% work is complete. Okay, that's fine. I agree to it. Right? I do not dispute this thing. I agree to this thing. So what you have to do is pay me 8 lakh rupees. That is 40%. This is what I deserve. Right? This is 40% of 20 lakh rupees. So contractor is now asking, earlier he was asking about 10 lakh rupees. Now he says, okay, the expert, after the expert analysis, he says, okay, if you don't want to pay me 10 lakhs, pay me 8 lakhs. That is the certified by the expert, right? That is what I have written. The amount contractor can claim from the contractee. Now, as I told you that this contractee is a smart businessman. He says, no, I will not pay you 8 lakh rupees. Now the contractor is little bit angry. He says, what is this, sir? I asked you 10 lakh rupees, then you called an expert, right? You get it verified. He has given the certification for 40%. Now I can claim 8 lakh rupees. Now you say that you will not pay me 8 lakh rupees, sir. What is this? This is no way, sir. The contractee says, sit down, don't worry. I will pay you the full amount, don't worry about it. But for now, that is, this whole situation is on which date? This whole situation is on 31st of December 21. This date, sir, right? We are still on the same date. On the same date, the expert was called and certification was what we asked for. Now, the work certified 8 lakh rupees. Now, the contractor says, as on date, today, I will pay you 7 lakh rupees, right? And I will keep 1 lakh rupees with me. So what he is saying, work certified is 8 lakh rupees. I will say, I will retain some money, which I call it as retention amount. Retention amount. He says, I will retain 1 lakh rupees out of this 8 lakh and I will pay you 7 lakh rupees. Right? This is the payment. Now, what is the motive of contractee behind this? Why contractee wants to retain 1 lakh and pay only 7 lakh even when the 8 lakh has been certified by the expert? The contractee says that, sir, you have completed the work up till 8 lakh rupees. Now, what if tomorrow you don't come to the site, you stop the construction in between, where will I stand? Right? So what is the point of contractee? Contractee says, why I am keeping this 1 lakh rupees? I will pay you 1 lakh, but not today. I will pay you later. Why? Because he says, this is to assure myself that you will come to the site tomorrow. You will continue with the construction. What if you take your 8 lakh rupees and you don't come tomorrow and continue with the construction? Where will I stand? I will have to look for another contractor. Then I will have to do a lot of other things. Right? Now the contractor is silent. He has understood it, that contractor is a very smart person. Right? Are you getting the point that why this 1 lakh rupees has been kept? This is my retention money. And what is the payment money? 7 lakh rupees. Now this is another concept here, retention money. In the recent exam, you have got a question where you have to calculate the retention money. You have to calculate what is the cash payment, cash received by the contractor. right? Payment is from the contractor's point of view. From the contractor's point of view, it is the cash received, 7 lakh rupees, right? And 1 lakh is the retention money so that the contractor doesn't run away and he continues with the contract, right? So this is the whole concept on work certified. First, we'll get it certified. Then out of the certified amount, what is the certified amount? Certified amount says that this is the amount that the contractor can claim from the contractee, but the contractee is a smart businessman. He says, I will not pay you the full amount. I will retain some amount and I will make the rest of the payment. Clear? So all those who are having the books, they can go through this part. This is the work in progress part, right? Valuation of work certified, and you can go through it. Clear, sir? And in the contract account, how we show this work certified, sir? Work in progress. This WIP is shown on the credit side because it is still in the progress. This work certified amount and work uncertified we are going to discuss now. This much is clear. Work certified is clear, sir. This is a very important part because a separate question on work certified can be asked. And this is the only area which can be little bit confusing while preparing the contract account. That is why I'm spending so much time. That is why this whole story I have cooked up, right? Explaining the work in progress. Now, come to the second part, that is work uncertified. Let's discuss about the work uncertified now. Work uncertified. Listen to it very carefully now. We started the project on 1st of April 21, right? This is a 2 years project, 31st of March 22 and 31st of March 23, right, sir? So the earlier story was till 31st of December 21. Till this point, we have calculated on this date, we have got the work certified, right? Sir, we are closing our books on this date. We are closing our books on 31st of March 22. Sir, what about the work done in this period? What about the work done in this period? Till 31st of December, whatever the work was done, it has been certified by the expert, right? Till 31st of December, no issues. But sir, we are closing the books on 31st of March. That means, what about the work done in these 3 months? This is not certified, obviously, right? This is not certified. Whatever is the cost incurred in this period, this here comes my work uncertified. Now, what is my work uncertified, sir? Sir, I have done the work, but it has not been certified by the expert. I have incurred all the expenditure. But it has not been certified by the work. There, the percentage of completion is not there with me. So can you tell me that is there any role of contract price here? No, sir. Sir, then how we are going to calculate the work certified, sir? Work certified is just simply listen to it very carefully, right? I'm going to rub a few things. This work certified part is clear. Okay, I'm going to rub this for now. Okay, listen to it very carefully now. Now, if I say this from here, sorry. So, I'll say from 1st of April 2021 till 31st of March 2022, I have a total expenditure of say 5 lakh rupees, right? Till 31st of March, there was an expenditure of say 3,50,000 rupees. I'm talking about only the expenditure part. I'm not talking about the contract price, right? So I told you that this part is my work uncertified. This part is my work uncertified. Can you calculate this part now? This blue part, can you calculate? Can you tell me how to calculate this figure? If my total expenditure is 5 lakh rupees, which I have incurred till 31st of March, and the expenditure which has been certified is 3,50,000 till 31st of December, right? So can you tell me the amount of work certified? Yes, sir. Total cost incurred till end of year minus cost of contract certified. Now listen to it very carefully now. Sir, here in case of work certified, we applied the percentage on the contract price, right? Sir, here in case of work uncertified, why we are taking the cost and not the contract price? Sir, in case of work uncertified, we do not have the percentage of completion, one thing, right? We are not getting the certificate, one thing. We are not going to claim this amount. We are not going to claim the amount from the contractee. Right now, on 31st of March 22, I am not claiming this amount. What I want to know is that this much is certified, that is absolutely fine. In this period, what is my additional expenditure that I have already incurred, right? That I will recover later on when I will get the certification. Right now, I am not having the certification. I don't know what is the percentage of completion. I have just incurred some expenditure, right? What is that expenditure? That expenditure, right? What is my work uncertified? I have done the work, right? This is my closing work in progress. Basically, I have done the work, but it is yet to be certified, and till the time it is not certified, I cannot claim that amount. And if I cannot claim that amount, I cannot use the word contract price. Whenever I have to claim the amount, that percentage will be on contract price. But here, what my purpose is, that what is the cost that I have incurred between the period 31st of December to 31st of March. Between this period, what is the cost that I have already incurred? What is the cost of the work that I have done? Right? That is my cost. That is my work uncertified. Sorry, not certified, sir. Wait. This will be work uncertified. Right? So total cost incurred is 5 lakh rupees. Out of that, what is the cost work certified? 3,50,000. So rupees 1,50,000 is the work uncertified. Any doubts up till this point? Are you getting the point? So be very careful whenever we are calculating the work certified. We will apply the percentage on contract price, right? And whenever we are going to calculate the work uncertified, at that point, what we are going to calculate is the cost incurred. Now here, if you will say the cost of contract certified, you will say, sir, certification is for 8 lakh rupees. Right? Sir, what I am talking is, I am talking about the cost in that. This 8 lakh rupees is having the cost also. This 8 lakh rupees is having the profit also. What I am talking about here is only and only the cost part, not the profit part. Right? I want to know what is the cost that has been certified and what is the cost that has not been certified. Simple. Right? No role of contract price. You might say that, sir, just calculate the total contract price minus the work certified. Sir, this, okay, there is another point that you can raise here. Query. Sir, the contract price is 20 lakhs. So if you say that 20 lakhs minus 8 lakh rupees that is certified, is my work uncertified? Another query. Listen to it very carefully now. What your query can be, sir, my contract price is 20 lakh rupees. You say that work out of this 20 lakh rupees, what is the work certified? Work certified is 8 lakh rupees. Right? So balance 12 lakh is my work uncertified. This is my work uncertified, right? This might be your query, a layman's query, sir. I'm thinking from your point of view that if I'm in your place, I might raise this query that contract price is 20 lakh rupees, my work certified is 8 lakh, that means 12 lakh is my work uncertified. Now, listen to it very carefully. I'll again make the diagram. Sir, the contract started on 1/4/21, right? This is the time when I am closing my books of the first financial year, and this is the time when I am closing the books for the second period, right? Now I am standing at this point. I'm standing here. See, my contract price, this certification was done on 31st of December 21. Now my contract price of 20 lakhs is for 2 years. This is my 20 lakh rupees. I am closing the books for the first financial year. Here I have got the certification of 8 lakh rupees, right? I am standing on this date. Sir, how can I say 20 lakh minus 8 lakh, 12 lakh work uncertified? Work uncertified means work has been done. The work has been done, but not certified by expert, but not certified. Expenditure has been incurred, work has been done, but not certified. Sir, here the work has not been done in this part. Then how can I say that 20 lakh minus 8 lakh, 12 lakh is work uncertified when the work has not been done? So what I want to know, I want to know what is the total work done on the date I am closing my books, and what is the total work that has been certified by the expert. So what I will get is the work uncertified, that I have done the work, but I have not received the certificate for that. Right? That is why we cannot use this contract price in work uncertified part. Are you clear about this? I hope so. Right? I have tried my best that in case of work uncertified, you have to take only and only the cost part of the certification, not the total work certified. Be careful with this thing. Right? We have to take the cost part, cost of contract certified. Clear? So this is about work certified and work uncertified, how we have to show it in the account. So work certified, work uncertified. Clear? So we have almost done everything. So whatever you get after this, after material labor overheads we have discussed, plant and machinery we have discussed, then work in progress. After all of this, what we get is the balancing figure that will be either notional profit or it will be a notional loss. Why this word notional is being used here, sir? Sir, because the contract has not ended. The contract has not ended, and on this particular date, I am not sure whether I will be earning this profit or not by the end of the contract next year. So this is just a notional figure. This is the expectation. This is the expected figure that my profit on this particular date is expected to be this. That is why this word notional profit is being used. Right? Now, sir, what is the next part? This notional profit and P&L WIP reserve. For CA intermediate students, this part is not in the syllabus now. That is new course student. Right? If any old course student is there, for that old course student, this part is relevant. But for CA intermediate new course students, this part is not relevant. If you get the question on contract account, you will only get it till notional profit. The question ends here for all of you. For CA intermediate new course students, right? So sir, are you going to skip this part? No, I will be discussing this part in short. Right, because our videos are being watched by CMA students also, and many other students who are taking BCom students also. So, right, so I will be covering this part in the next lecture. Right, in the next lecture, what we'll be doing is we'll cover this notional profit part. Right, I will cover it. Don't worry about it. Then we'll discuss about contractee account and the balance sheet account. After that, we'll move on to the practical part. Right, after that we'll be moving on to the practical part. We'll be solving some practical questions, and let's see in the next lecture we'll continue. I hope you are clear with the contract account. So all those who want to order the books, our books are must for the upcoming lectures. I have told you, as all of you are having the books You know that how important it is now, because the content is given in the book, that how we are covering the content, all of that is given in the book, how easy it is, right, to read from the book and write just the other relevant part that you want to. All the relevant parts are given in the book, right? So it is a must for you for all the upcoming lectures, right? And we are going to continue in the next lecture now. See you guys in the next lecture. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you so much.